Hello my dear friends. So welcome back. Welcome to your channel Cooking Astrology. This video is just for the learning purpose. And today in this video I'm going to teach you regarding Prāyaścitta. Prāyaścitta means accepting one's errors. What is the importance of Prāyaścitta in your day-to-day life? And how this thing is connected with all the 7 planets? What are the deadly sins that are associated with 7 planets? And what is the importance? What are the types of Prāyaścitta? Today with the help of this video, you are going to learn many things regarding the Jyotish Shastra or Vedic astrology. Let's proceed. The topics which today I am going to cover up in this presentation is what is the meaning of Prāyaścitta. Secondly, the deadly sins, 7 deadly sins that are associated with 7 planets. Planet Sun, Moon, Mars, all the way to planet Saturn. What are the deadly sins? Next I am going to cover what are the types of Prāyaścitta. There are various different types of Prāyaścitta. And lastly, I am going to talk regarding the importance. Why it is important to accept your own errors. See, Prāyaścitta means atonement, penance, and it includes atonement for intentional and unintentional misdeeds. Especially if I talk about the Hinduism or in Jyotish Shastra, Prāyaścitta means voluntarily accepting one's errors and misdeeds. Sometimes the misdeeds that are intentional and sometimes they are unintentional. And it is very important for you to determine using your own astrological birth chart, using all the 7 planets. What are the misdeeds that are associated with your own birth chart? This is a concept of Dharma Shastra which today I am going to teach you. Prāyaścitta, it is also known as confession. Confession to reduce the karmic consequences. Because in order for you to get liberation or moksha, it is must for you to do Prāyaścitta. That is the first step towards attaining liberation or moksha in your life. In the photograph, you can see there is one sage is sitting over there and he is performing the penance. That is a Yagna. That is one of the forms of Prāyaścitta. By doing Yagna or in Yajnas, by offering something to Agni Dev, we can attain liberation, that is moksha. And especially in 21st century, which we are living today or nowadays, it is very important for you to understand these concepts. Only then you can attain the higher knowledge of Vedanga and Jyotish Shastra. These are the 7 deadly sins that are associated with 7 planets. And these 7 planets, they are in the week order: Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all the way to Saturday. Planet Sun, it is associated with Surya Dev. Moon is associated with Chandra Dev. Planet Mars, associated with Mangal Dev. Mercury, it is a Buddha Dev. Jupiter, Brihaspati Dev. Venus, Shukracharya or Shukra Dev. And Saturn, that is Shani Dev. So the number 1 sin which is associated with planet Sun, that is pride. Swabhiman, which is present inside you. And pride, it is somewhere present in every one of you. Because planet Sun that is posited in every person chart. Out of the 12 houses, planet Sun must be posited in some house or in some zodiac sign. And that house, it acts as a pride in your life. And that is the major deadly sin which you are committing. Next, planet Moon and also planet Sun. It is associated with pride, that is Svabhiman, and you can get rid of this sin by adopting humility, that is Vinamarta. The way you talk, the way you walk, you must have to have humility present inside you. Next is planet Moon, and Moon, it is associated with sloth, that is Alas. Procrastination. Mentally you are procrastinating something. You are not giving your 100% efforts. The person who give up very easily, that is completely associated with planet Moon. It means you are committing a deadly sin in your life. And if you are doing efforts, in your life, it means you are destroying that sin, and that will take you to some higher path in your life. Next, it is planet Mars, which is Mangal Dev, and planet Mars, it is associated with anger. The anger which is present inside you. You get angry at the small little things, and you have no patience. And anger, it is also one of the deadly sin which act as an obstruction in your path of liberation. And you must have to overcome your anger by practicing patience. And patience, it is the only way you can improve planet Mars in your horoscope. Suppose planet Mars is posited in your 11th house of incoming gains. It means you are continuously putting efforts towards the 11th house. Your energy is going in the 11th house because planet Mars or Mangal represents the energy. But you must have to have patience regarding the that houses. Only then you can attain the liberation related to that house and that planet in your horoscope. Planet Mercury, Buddha, it signifies envy. You are jealous of other individuals. If some other individuals succeed, you are feeling jealous. And that is somewhere destroying your planet Mercury. You are responsible for your own destruction. And you can only solve this issue by gratitude. That is Kritagyata. You must have to have gratitude for all the things which you possess in your life. Only then God is going to give you something better. Next is planet Jupiter, that is Brihaspati Dev, which is associated with gluttony, that is Lolupta. You continue on eating more and more, and still you are not happy and not satisfied. You must have to have attained the perfect balance. That is a karma which is associated with planet Jupiter. Next is planet Venus, which is Shukra Dev. Venus, it is a significant of your love life, relationships, the lust which is present inside you. And lust, it is also a form of one sin. And you can destroy this sin by taking the path of loyalty, that is Nishtha. And it is very, very important for you to understand all these concepts in Vedic astrology. Because if you want to learn the crux of Vedic astrology, you must have to have understanding regarding all the 7 deadly sins. And lastly, planet Saturn, that is Shani Dev. which is associated with greed, that is lalach. You are very greedy, you are not satisfied. And the only remedy for planet Saturn, that is charity, donating something, dāna punya. Try to donate something, and then Saturn is going to bless you in your life. Next, let's discuss regarding what are the types of Prāyaścitta. The number one type, it is Abhiśasta, or it is a public confession. Also, we are going to discuss regarding all these types in depth in the upcoming slides as well, so you can get the better understanding. Next, it's Anutāpa, repeating something. Suppose you have committed one mistake and you have to repeat that thing again and again, like I don't want to commit this mistake. I don't want to commit this mistake again. That is closely associated with Anutāpa. Next, it's Prāṇāyāma. Prāṇāyāma is also associated with yoga or yoga sadhana. To control your own breath, to gain control on the air which you intake and which you exhale. Next, it's Tapas or Tapasyā. Tapasyā, it is also one of the biggest forms of penance. Next, it's Homa, Yagna. That is a fire ritual. You are offering something to fire god. Next, it's Dāna. Dāna means donation. You are donating something. Donation of food, donation of water, donation of milk. Any kind of a donation, that is also the types of Prāyaśchitta. Next, it's Upavāsa and Vratas. That is fasting, importance of fasting in your life. And also I am going to cover up the most difficult fasting which is connected with Hinduism, that is Chandrakala Vrat. And Chandrakala Vrat, that is associated with the waxing and the waning moon. It is a Vrat which is for complete 30 days. And last, it's Tirtha, taking pilgrimages, taking holy baths in Ganga. Ganga is the river of purity. The number one type, that is Abhiśasta, public confession. A person who seeks forgiveness. Also, Abhiśasta, it is closely related with decision of letting go of the things, letting go of the resentment. If you are having any thoughts of revenge which is present behind your mind, it means you are not progressing in your life. That is number one badak which is present in front of you. That is one of your biggest obstacle. And you must have to let go of all the thoughts of revenge. Kshama. That is why Kshama is very important. Also, Abhiśasta, it is a conscious decision to let go of the negative feelings. All the negative feelings that are associated with your mind. Negative feelings towards other individuals. And firstly, negative emotions towards yourself. And that negativity somewhere acts as a poison. It means you are committing some kind of a sin if you are holding on to the negative emotions. It is very, very important for you to attain liberation using the positive mental attitude. Positive thoughts are very, very necessary. And especially in order to strengthen your planet Mars and Moon, this is the best form, or this is the best way. Planet Moon represents your mind. And if you are performing Abhiśasta, it means you are strengthening your moon, which is your mind. Positive mental emotions that are closely related to your mind. Also, it is going to strengthen your planet Mars. Because Mars, it is a planet which is associated with your willpower and courage. You must have to have willpower present inside you to take the conscious decision, because decision making, it is connected with planet Mars. If you are taking any kind of a decision in your life, it means the involvement of Mars is present over there. Have you seen individuals who are taking many decisions in their life and some are not taking even a single decision? That is because of planet Mars. And in order to strengthen your Mars, you must have to have the positive emotions. And you must let go of the resentment and thoughts of the revenge. If some person have done bad to you, it is not like that you also have to do bad to that person. Let go of that person. Because then you are going to create the positive mental attitude. That is a Amrita. That is a nectar which is going to produce in your mind. And you can see in the picture, that is Lord Vishnu. He is a Lakshmi Narayana, goddess Lakshmi, goddess of wealth, sitting in the feet of Lord Vishnu. And it is a spiritual bond. It helps you to form some kind of a spiritual bond with yourself. And that is why it is very, very important to forgive yourself and forgive other person as well. Next, it's Anutāpa. Anutāpa means repeating something. Suppose you have committed some sin and you are repeating, I shall not do that again, repeating that thing again and again. And that is why repetition is closely associated with the retrograde planets. Vakri Graha. Retrograde means committing same mistake again and again in your life. Look at the house in which retrograde planet is positioned in your chart. It means you are going to commit a lot of mistakes. And repetition is the key to success if you want to do the Prāyaścitta. And that is why it is very, very important to have Anutāpa. Because Vakri Graha, or the retrograde planets, that planets having some kind of a past life karmas, some previous birth karmas that are closely associated with retrograde planets. And you must have to look into the retrograde planets very seriously, because past life karmas, it is associated with your 5th house as well. 5th house, it is the house of your Purva Punya Bhava. And in order for you to attain the moksha or liberation, you have to get rid of committing the same mistake again and again. And in only that way, you are going to strengthen your retrograde planets as well. Next, it's Prāṇāyāma, restraint of breath. Prāṇāyāma, it is also associated with yoga. Yoga, it is a form of exercise, as you can see in the picture. Lord of dance, Nataraj. He is the god of destruction, destroying all the impurities, all the sins which you have committed, impurities of your mind, impurities of your thoughts. That is a cosmic dance of energy. And that dance of energy is associated with Vayu, that is wind or Pavna. Look into the air signs, Gemini, Libra and Aquarius in your horoscope. Especially if you are Libra ascendant, Gemini ascendant or Aquarius ascendant. It means some kind of a suffocation is connected with your ascendant. Look at the houses. Out of the 12 houses, in whichever house these zodiac sign falls, because that house somewhere acts as a suffocation. You are going to suffocate a lot because of that house. And the only remedy is Pranayama, that is controlling your breath. You have to sit in the meditation posture. Then you have to inhale Vayu and then exhale. Inhale, then exhale. Take a deep breath. Because Vayu is very necessary for sustenance. You can live without food and water for 7 days or maybe 1 month. But you cannot live without Vayu, that is air. Air is a Jivkarka. Air is closely associated with your living being. Your life is possible only because of these air Gemini signs, air, Gemini, Libra and Aquarius. Because these are the signs of sustenance. Also Saturn and Rahu, they are also associated with this air and Pavna. Because the COVID-19 or coronavirus, it is an airborne disease. It is associated with planet Saturn. Because Saturn, it is a karka of wind. But the direction of wind, it is controlled by planet Rahu. Because that COVID or coronavirus, it is associated in China. After that, it spread to all across the globe. And that spreading is possible only because of planet Rahu. Because Rahu controls the direction of the wind. In which direction wind is going to flow, that thing is controlled by Rahu. Tapas or Tapasyā. Tapasyā means warmth, heat and fire. This is Yoga Agni. The person is continuously doing penance in order to burn their past life karmas, to attain the liberation, that is moksha. That is why tapasya is very, very necessary. Also the person who performs austerity such as celibacy, and especially in the northern India, wearing a bed clothes till then they dry on his body, that is also associated with Prāyaścitta. You have to wear the bed clothes till then they dry on your own body. This is also a form of Prāyaścitta. Sleeping on the ground, because ground represents your Mula. Mula Nakshatra is associated with sleeping on the ground. Because whenever you are sleeping on the ground, it means you are strengthening your Mula. Mula represents a root of something. So that roots are connected with the ground. And even fasting is very, very important. It is a trident. In the picture, you can see trident with the damru. And this is the trident which is going to give you the phal of your tapasya. The fruits of your tapasya you are going to get only because of Lord Shiva. Because it is a Yoga Agni. Whenever you are doing tap or tapasya, you are creating some kind of a Yoga Agni or some kind of a aura around you. And you are strengthening your Agni Pradhan planets, which is Surya, Sun, and Mangal, Mars. So that is why it is very, very important for you to do the Tapasyā. It is a form of sadhana. Homa or Yagna. You can see in the picture all the sadhu mahatmas, they are performing a beautiful yagya. And yagya, it is a spiritual exchange between the gods and human beings. You are offering something to the Agni Dev. And it is believed that Agni acts as a carrier. Agni is going to carry whatever things you are offering in the Agni. Agni is going to carry that thing to the gods, and the gods in return, they are going to give you many boons. They are grant you something. Because it is not possible. Suppose you are performing a Havana, and even you have committed lot of misdeeds as well. You are not a pure-hearted man. But still, if you can perform the Yagna, you can attain lot of boons in your life. Because by doing Yagya, by chanting the mantras that are associated with all the 10 Mahavidya, especially the mantras which are associated with Devi Kushmanda, it is a fierce form of energy. Because whenever you are offering something to Agni Dev, the Agni is going to get more and more. It is going to grant you something. And it is very auspicious in order to burn your own malefic karmas. In Hinduism, suppose any planet is debilitated in your birth chart. Planet Sun is debilitated. Planet Jupiter is debilitated. Or any planet. So the only remedy, it is to perform the Mahamrityunjaya Japa. Mahamrityunjaya, it is a mantra which is associated with Lord Shiva, the god of destruction. Japa. See, Japa, usually you can see the two pictures. I'm going to explain these two pictures in details as well. But Japa simply means reciting the Vedic mantras or hymns, either audibly, inaudibly, or mentally. This is the first form. You don't have to use any mala, any Rudraksh mala, any Tulsi mala for chanting the mantra. Suppose Guru gave you some Bij mantra and you are reciting that Vedic mantra again and again. And that is a form of Japa. Secondly, Sanskrit, it is derived from the Sanskrit word which is Jap. Jap means to utter something in a low voice. And you have to repeat that mantra internally, so that only you can hear your voice. No other person can hear your voice. In the first picture, you can see here, this is Karmala. Suppose you don't have any mala of this kind, then how can you perform the Japa? Then in your hand, look into this thing. This is number 1 written over there. And in any mala, there is 108, 108 beads. And by reciting any mantra 108 times, you have completed the one complete circle. But if you don't have mala, you can do the Karmala. Because in the Karmala, you have to put your thumb over here. That is number 1. Then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, 6, then 7, 8, 9 and 10. In that way, you have to perform again and again, 10 times, 10 times, 10 times. And whenever you completed the 100th time, you have chanted the mantra 100 times. Then look into the second picture. Because you have to complete 108 mantras. And in the second picture, then you have to start from here. You have to put your thumb over here, recite the mantra, pick up the thumb, put over there, again recite the mantra, again put up your thumb, recite the mantra. In that way, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. It means you have finished one mala, that is Karmala. In the second picture, you can see there is a mala. This is Tulsi mala. Tulsi is the wife of Lord Vishnu. Also Tulsi, it is a form of goddess Lakshmi, goddess of fortune, wealth, money, monetary gains. And especially, this is a mala of 108 beads. And you have to place the mala on your biggest finger. Because your indexed finger, that index finger, it is considered as very impure. In Hinduism, we don't consider index finger as a good finger. This is the finger which creates lot of impurities. That is the finger of impurity. And these three fingers, these are the pure fingers. And thumb, that is also very, very pure. And you have to place mala in that direction, in that way. And then you have to chant the mantra on the single beat, again next beat, next beat, next beat, until you reach the Sumeru Parvat, that is 108. After that, you have to go back again, because you cannot cross the Sumeru Parvat. There is a very beautiful story which is associated with that. But I am not going to cover up that story in this video. Maybe in some upcoming videos I am going to provide you that story as well. So Japa, it is one of the major forms to do the Prāyaścitta, accepting one's error. Next, it is Dāna, donation, donating something. You can see in the picture. She is the goddess Annapurna, goddess of food, the food which you eat. And look at Lord Shiva. Annapurna Devi, she is giving food to Lord Shiva. Here Lord Shiva acts as a beggar because he needs food to eat. And it represents why it is very, very necessary to donate food, especially water, milk, cow. Even in Vedic astrology or in India, Kaudan, like donating a cow, that is Godan, that is also considered very, very beneficial for improving your next life. Because it is believed after your death, you have to cross one river, and that river, it is full of demons, and you can only cross that river if you have offered cow to some person, that is Gaudan. You must have to donate land, water and food to the needy individuals. Second important aspect, that is Tuladan. Now what is Tuladan? Tuladan, it is the donation according to your body weight. Suppose your body weight is 60 kg, it means you have to donate 60 kg of the rice, wheat, sugar, pulses, etc. You have to donate according to your body weight, that is Tuladan, which is also performed in the Hindu culture, especially for the newborn babies who born, they are having around 2 to 3 kgs of their weight. And you have to do the Tuladan till the age of 12, and even after that you can perform the Tuladan. You can donate the eating objects or the food according to your body weight to some needy or poor people. This is also one of the major forms of Prāyaścitta. Next, it is very, very interesting. It is Upavāsa or Vratas, that is fasting. Fasting is very, very necessary. You have to control your eating habits, because then you are going to build some kind of a self-discipline inside you. Because if you are an individual who is continuously doing fasting every week, It means you are performing some kind of a penance. Also, there is one Chandrayan Vrat which is associated with the major Prāyaśchitta. If you want to accept your own mistakes, the Chandrayan Vrat, it is the Vrat of liberation, and it is closely associated with the waxing and the waning half of the moon. The Vidhi, or how to perform the Chandrayan Vrat, look into this picture. This is the complete phases of the moon. On the Purnimashi, Purnamashi means full moon day. This Vrat is performed on the Shard Purnima. Shard Purnima, you can also call it as the arriving of the winters. On the first full moon day of the Shard Purnima, you have to start this Vrata, and you just from that Purnamashi, whenever you go to the Pratipada or the next date, you have to eat just single bite of the food. Next day, you have to eat 2 bites. Next day, 3 bites. In that way, you have till the Amavasya, no moon, you have to increase one single piece of diet in your life. You just need to eat a single bite, then increase the quantity with the phases of the moon. And on Amavasya, when there is no moon, it means you have to eat the 15 course or the 15 portion of the food. After that, you have to reduce the quantity. Then 14, 13, 12, 11, 10 and again go back to the 1. So that is a complete Vrata. And in this year, from 9th of October 2022 till 8th of November 2022, you can perform this Chandrayan Vrat. It is going to be very, very auspicious for building your mental peace. Because nowadays, many individuals, they don't attain the mental peace in their life. And mental peace, it is only attained using the Chandrayan Vrata. It is considered to be one of the difficult Vratas, because you have to live on the just single core or just single piece. You have to, suppose you are eating 1 chapati, you just need to take 1 bite, only 1 bite, then increase. Next day take 2 bites, next day take 3 bites, increasing up to 15, you have to take the 15 bites, then again reducing, then take 14 bites, 13, 12 and then again to the 1. That is a Chandrayan Vrat, which is very, very auspicious. Next one, it is Tirtha, that is pilgrimages, going on a foot to the distant pilgrimage sites, or taking bath in the holy rivers like Ganga and Yamuna, especially in Hindu culture. There is one tradition, individuals go barefoot to the holy pilgrimage sites. Also, while traveling to the pilgrimage sites, the person go in search of a meaning to understand its own nature, for better understanding, for getting the new experience of your life. And pilgrimage, this is going to lead you towards the personal transformation. Suppose you are going to live a same life from the past 5 years and 10 years, and you want change in your life, then go to Tirtha. It means you are activating your 9th house of your spirituality, dharma, spiritual bliss. And also, you can see in the picture, Lord Jagannath, his temple is in Odisha, Jagannath Puri temple. Rath Yatra, it is conducted every year. You can also take part in the Rath Yatra of the Lord Jagannath. He is the God of the gods. Now, what is the importance of Prāyaśchitta? Why it is very, very important for you to do the Prāyaścitta? The number one thing, it is the purification of your soul, which is your Atman. Because if you are not purifying your soul, it means you are not going to get liberation in your life. Liberation from the cycle of death and rebirth, it is only possible after the purification of your soul. Before that, it is not possible. It is the door towards heaven. Secondly, building a strong relationships with your mind and body. If you are performing any kind of above Prāyaśchitta, it means you are going to build some kind of a very strong bond with your mind and body. Prāyaśchittas are due for the sustenance part, for sustaining on this planet Earth, for obtaining the marital and spiritual bliss in your life. Because this is the spiritual part of the astrology. This is Jyotish Shastra. This is not Vedic astrology. This is pure Jyotish. And I am teaching you Dharma Shastra. So that is the importance of Prāyaśchitta in your life. So that's it, guys. I hope you like this presentation upon Prāyaśchitta as well. In the upcoming videos, I am going to take you deep dive into some other aspects of the Vedanga Jyotish as well, because it is very, very important for you to understand Jyotish Shastra. Only then you can step into the Vedic astrology. This is the crux of Vedic astrology. Jyotish, it is the crux, and this is the first Siddhant, that is Prāyaśchitta. So thanks a lot for watching this video till end, guys. If you require any personalized astrological consultations, you can please contact me at my mail ID. It is 8nikhilgarg8@gmail.com. If you require any spiritual consultation, if you require any other consultation regarding the timing of your events, timing of this thing, that thing, or if you just want to ask me any question, do let me know. I'm happy to help you well. So till then, please take care of yourself, and may Lord Jagannatha blesses you. Bye-bye and take care.